5:30.
Okay, go ahead. All right, here we go. Good evening. Today is Monday, January 26th, 2026, and the Mid-Rogue Fire District meeting will now be called to order at 5:30 PM. Can we have a roll call?
Yes. I think Director McGowan is on his way. So we have Director Benetti,
Yes.
we have Director Weidling,
Yes.
Director Ownby,
Here.
and Director Jones is excused.
Thank you. And Staff President
Cassie
Cassie
Austin.
Austin. And if you join me in a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. Item number 2 is approval of the agenda. Did you all have a chance to look that over? Any changes, last minute changes? Okay.
Motion that we approve the agenda as it is with no corrections.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Thank you. Roll call?
Yes, so Director Benetti,
Yes.
Director Weidling,
Yes.
and Director Ownby.
Yes.
Motion carries 3-0.
I have to apologize for my not looking up at the camera in the crowd, just because I've got to read the notes, so I make sure to not mess it up. So, item number 3 is approval of the minutes from last meeting. I was not here, but did read them over, so to entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes from you that were here.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting as they are with no correction.
And I'll second that.
Thank you, gentlemen. Roll call.
Director Benetti,
Yes.
Director Weidling,
Yes.
Director Ownby.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 3-0.
All right, Ralph. Item number 4, Secretary Treasurer's report.
Yeah, we had two bills I paid. One was a renewal on our SDIS district insurance. That was $3,068. And then a payment for administrative work for $737.50. Current balance is $297,602.64. That's all I have.
Okay. Item 5 is where we offer public comment. We don't have anybody scheduled tonight. If in the future you'd like to have a public comment in our meetings, we'd ask that you contact us prior to the meeting or before the meeting starts, and we'd be happy to hear from you. Moving on to old business, item number 6.
Can we postpone?
I would like to postpone that until Director McGowan gets here, just because it's the Mid-Rogue Fire District job description, and I'd like to hear what he has to say about that. So if you guys are okay with that, we'll change that order. All right, in new business, 7A is committee reports. Again, we'll come back to staffing and training for Director McGowan. And communications.
Sounds good.
That's you.
Communications, Mark and I don't have any new update at this point right now.
Okay. Policy is Mark and I, and we haven't had any policies to review or write since our last meeting. And then prevention, we are still at the same place in prevention. We did have a meeting scheduled for Tuesday last week, but we did not have a response from the state insurance commissioner yet, so we postponed that meeting. So we will reschedule that and bring an update. On the lines of prevention, if you guys have anything that you'd like submitted to our website or Facebook page, as far as prevention tips, things you see or read that you'd like to share, make sure we get that so Mark can get that out. And our new new committee report, vehicle acquisition. I'm gonna leave that up to you. I'll be a part of it, as I was told last month.
There is no updates on that, other than I would like to, get together with the group and determine what it is we want, so we can start looking for a specific vehicle. And how soon we wanna make that happen.
Okay. Right now is a good time to ask for opinions. We can, you and I can get together outside the meeting.
Well, my thought is that, SUV of some sort, that way you can have more than, two people and or three people. We go to training or whatever, but I would like the input from the others.
Okay. I was thinking all-wheel drive, do the weather inclination.
Yes. I agree. Anybody have any input on that?
No, I agree on an SUV and the all-wheel drive for the fact that the carrying capacity for anything needs to be carried in it if we're going around involving different business, boxes or anything.
I just had a thought I was gonna ask you guys.
Do we want something that's already set up or pre-existing? Obviously, we're gonna go for a used vehicle, not new, but, something that is pretty much set up for, lights and whatnot for the,
Yeah.
potential hiring of a district administrator.
I would say something with the package in it will be a lot more affordable. That was the question I had, is about code 3 running. If we want to get something set up ready to run code 3, even though we might not have it in our policy right away, it'll always be just for warning.
Right.
Because that's going to be a policy that we'll have to draw once that gets going. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Vehicle equipped ready for code 3 or just for warning lights?
I think the more equipped we can have it, the better.
Okay.
The board, we won't be utilizing that, or my assumption is we wouldn't, but the hiring of a district administrator at some point may need that ability for nothing else, with traffic control or.
Well, it might be easier to buy it now and have it equipped and ready to go than it is to add that later. So, okay. Okay, good ideas for you and I to get together. Tom, any thoughts on a district vehicle?
This would be government purchasing those sale options. Well,
Thought out to. I can reach out to some of the districts that I know as well through the OFA EMA and find out if anybody has one that they're going to be getting swapped out soon, and then potentially have them not strip it.
Yeah.
Or get rid of it.
Yeah.
That would, because typically everything that goes to surplus is already stripped.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they strip stuff out, it's not fun to put it back together.
Yeah.
They just cut wires and it's a mess.
I've been watching the Gov deals, and there's a couple vehicles on there right now, but they're very high miles, and that's something I think we'd want to entertain.
Right.
Just do that, so,
It's like 4 to 5 years old.
yeah.
Be good. Right, we'll just keep our eye open and we'll come up with some.
Thanks for that. Tom, we passed over our old business, but before we bounce back to that for you, we're in our committee reports. And I would like to find out about your training and staffing. If you want to put staffing in your old business together, that's fine. Okay.
captured over this.
Any updates on training?
Whatever we got.
Okay.
But I did find out, work on solution. But it is immediately, but we don't have the ability to scan outside training to our current record solutions platform. So I'm gonna try to add that module to our current record.
Okay.
So like the SDO conference we went to, attendance records, we could scan those in and meet some of our recognition that we've attended classes outside of the element portions of records.
Okay.
But that doesn't occur in the existing system.
I believe SDAO, because we're a part of that, can track our training as well, and we can upload.
They can't.
They can't, okay.
They do have the records of the attendance of the
Conference we went to, the OFDDA.
Their courses that they suggest as mandatory for board members.
Oh, okay.
And other special districts, they keep record of attendance.
Okay.
And we can reach out, say, can you give us a report on who of our district members attended X, Y, Z training?
Okay.
So not to add another layer, but if we could do that in vector, if we have control and control our own reports and show our attendance and tracking that way.
Be nice.
And I don't see that we have a real need, but if we're ever asked to show and prove, you'll have your public record request that we attended the required trainings or suggested correct trainings, USDA, SBIS, et cetera. We'd rather be able to produce that in-house than the way of reaching out to SBA or SBA.
One place to get your control.
Exactly, one place.
Good to work the bugs out before we have staff and a bunch of people that are using training.
Yeah. So if and when that occurs, we just went to the full vector platform, which gives us more. So old business, let's start with that.
Yes, please.
Go back to that. So I sent our district director, or excuse me, the executive director job description to Kendall, and our legal to review. Said it was extremely well read. She did suggest that she asked the question, and if we had an employee manual. And I stated, she's well aware of our structure and the current status of our board. I said that I would suggest that the executive, we outline those areas that she brought up with an employee, and we outline that in the job contract to address, can be terminated for these reasons. Could be required for drug testing. That was something that she found very important. But that anything beyond that as it relates to an employee handbook, that our executive director would work towards that. Because I don't foresee us having employees to manage personnel. And she felt like that was very reasonable, as long as we included that in the job contract. The contract and service that would want to work. So with that, I suggest we voted to approve that. It was reviewed by legal. Legal is giving us their approval. So we are in a position to create a flyer, fly that job on the posting. I would suggest we do that for 15 days. And my thought behind that is if we fly it February 1st or 1st of February, first Monday of February. It gives us 2 weeks to announce this position. I suggest that we review applications the third week of February and schedule. I would suggest that we do an interview process only. I would suggest that we interview prospective candidates the fourth week of February with the intent to start the first week of March.
Prior to getting the budget, supplemental budget done.
So the way I understand it, I had an extensive conversation today with some individuals about other matters and budget having to come up, district budget, budget district. The way I understand it is that we can, because we have such limit, we are very incipient, and we have not formulated a extensive budget. We have very few line items in our budget. We haven't expanded that. And I can speak to some other conversations about audit meetings, et cetera, and other matters. But the way I understand it is, yes, we can apply the position, we can hire the position, and the individual, if they're hired the first week of March, let me back up a step. That's my suggestion. I also could see the possibility to do a reference check, a background check, and I think we need some time to process that and try to load ourselves to get it done by March 1st. Just looking at the feasibility and reasonability of it. The candidates that we may see have interest, I think the reference check, background check, how extensive do we want to go? And then as opposed to what we can do through SBAO and SBIS, they can run a very minimalist. It's an extensive background if they can run the process for $50. It checks all the things that I think we would be concerned with. I think it meets the need. It meets the need for many other districts in the state of Oregon, fire districts specifically. So that if it fits their need, I think it would be very fitting for our needs as well. So my suggestion was that 4 month, or that 1 month timeframe was 4 weeks, we can expand that. I just think we're coming to a time where we're getting a lot of traction on needs for the district, and as well as the planning to start the process of sustainable funding and what that looks like. So we're at a place to move to the next phase of onboarding. We're hiring and onboarding an executive director. So my suggestion is that we outline what that looks like and what the pieces of that process look like. And then, well, initially we generate the job posting and the flyer and publish that.
So according to what we learned the other night, is that we don't have to have a budget committee meeting prior to hiring, because we're not changing the amount of money that we're using in a year's time. We're just reallocating with different, so that's not a big deal. The thing that I would make sure we keep in mind is we're pushing up in April, and that's when we need to start sitting down and working on forecasting the budget out for the next year. So if we push hiring out too much later than April 1st, because we want to give our executive director time to put a budget together and projections. And so I don't think April 1st is an unrealistic hire date or start date. I think March 1st might be pushing it because backgrounds, interviews, candidates, we could get candidates from various places that need to require making arrangements to travel. So I feel March 1st would be a little tight, but I think we need to get the posting out ASAP. And then shoot for an April 1st start date.
I'm not great. Makes it look pretty. So
Yes,
that's
yes.
What's the area that we want to put this out in? We're not gonna do just local, or we're gonna do statewide, nationwide, West Coast?
So if we have some options. If we do Western Fire Chiefs, which covers the Pacific Northwest and several central states, it's $600 for to announce that job posting for 30 days. That covers a wide swath. And Western Fire, like many colleagues that I've had from grad school that are executive officers on the East Coast, they all the Western Fire Chiefs. So I think that would be a broad brush of announcement to the majority of the United States. And then posted locally, but I don't know, I'm not as in tune with, I can't think of a site right now. It's not into it, it's like Marketplace.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, it's not LinkedIn, it's,
Indeed.
yes, that's Indeed. I'm sure we can do things like that as well. So
And we don't know how much Indeed is. So how about, I would be open to a motion to post the job in 3 different locations. One, the Western Fire Chiefs for approximately $600 or whatever their fee is. Do Indeed, which is an online as well, and then our local newspaper. 15 days.
And I could fund some SSD, the fire chiefs, the Oregon Fire Chiefs is fire chiefs, but Oregon Fire Chiefs have another group of individuals that they're connected with that could be logged from the Oregon Fire Chief platform.
Okay. So realistically, posting on February 2nd, closing in 2 business weeks on February 13th? Does that sound like you guys?
That's reasonable. For our needs, keep with some purpose that basically 14 working days or 14 calendar days is just.
Okay. Would entertain a motion to go forward with that posting.
I make a motion that we create and generate a flyer for the position to be posted at Sites Management by February 2nd.
Second.
Okay. Cassie?
Okay.
Any discussion? Ralph? Okay, roll call.
Okay, Director McGowan,
Yes.
Director Benetti,
Yes.
Director Weidling,
Yeah.
Director Ownby.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
So the tentative April 1st date, Tom, is just, right now, we could throw that out there as a tentative start date.
Suggest that we go through
Okay. Whatever that first Monday is, let me see. I can get you. Oops. The first Monday in April is the 6th.
There's the logistical things we need to discuss.
Okay. Yeah.
Share.
So if we posted, I'm going back here now. So if we posted by February 2nd and closed by February 13th, you need that stuff done before then? Before the job offer? Okay, before the job offer. Okay, I get what you're saying. So prior to a job offer, we need to go over the logistics of, okay. Okay, I understand that. All right, thank you for that, and that's, it's exciting to see us moving forward with this. So that wraps up old business, on to new business. Item B, which is fourth quarter response statistics report. If this is just for discussion, there's no need for approval or anything like that. Chief Nelson is on the East Coast right now looking at new apparatus for their department, so he asked if we could just go over his report that he provided us, which we will also have posted on our webpage for people to review. Fourth quarter for 2025, the report breaks out false alarms, fire alarms, good intents, hazardous conditions, rescue and EMS, rupture explosions, service calls, and special incidents. Of those, there were 716 calls for service, with the majority being rescue and EMS calls and good intent calls. They did a lot of service calls, and they've had 28 fire alarm false calls, 44 fire calls, with 2 ruptures and explosions and 3 special incidents. Appreciate their service. I know they get busy right around the holidays with the fires. So if you guys would like to look at that, you're welcome to. I know it was shared with us, but it will be posted as well. I thank Rural Metro for putting that together for us. On the new business, item C is a request for approval for the SDAO conference registration and lodging in the amount of $1,018.31. This is to send Randy up and get a chance to get some education under his belt. Just wanted to make the note there that we got scholarships for 3 of us to attend, which we ended up using 2 positions. And Director McGowan went on his fire district's dime. So I think this is a very fair amount to pay, because we got to go with somebody else paying our bill. So I would entertain a motion. Let me go see where it says. I would entertain a motion to approve the SDAO conference registration and lodging request in the amount of $1,018.31.
I'll second it. And the only request I have is the receipts so I can keep track of them.
Okay, we'll make sure Andy does that. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none?
Director McGowan,
Yes.
Director Benetti,
Yes.
Director Weidling,
Yes.
and Director Ownby.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Okay, new business, item D, Microsoft Office subscription in the amount of $199. Do you have more information on this?
Briefly, yes.
Okay,
So I know that Director Jones had tried to put in for a grant for the district to fund the 199, and unfortunately, the grant did not authorize that for us. So we're looking at $199 per year, and that offers like 6 devices or users for us. I know I use Microsoft Word. I'm currently using my own personal for that, so it would be nice to have the district to have that. And also when we do have that position hired on, though, they would probably need that as well.
Okay.
So,
not to mention PowerPoint,
exactly, so it's
Excel.
all Microsoft Office. And it says that we could benefit with 1 terabyte of storage in addition to the 6 devices or users.
yeah, I use it for my personal business and that's the expense I pay. So, I mean, that's not anything different. So without objection, I'd like to move forward. We do the 199. Kathy? That's for you.
Is that Office 365?
Microsoft Office subscription, I believe it is 365. Yeah. Okay. So new business, item E is Amazon Business Account Access. This is, I'd like to entertain a motion that we approve adding administrative staff, i.e. Cassie, to the district's Amazon Business Account for office purchases, paper, things like that. Right now, it's the board is president, vice president, and treasurer, and we'd like to add Cassie onto that, but we need to have approval. So I'd like to entertain a motion.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion or comments? Cassie, would you like to roll call us?
Yes. Director McGowan, Director Benetti,
Yes.
Director Weidling,
Yes.
and Director Ownby.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. And thank you.
New business 7F, request to purchase antivirus and internet security software. I believe Mark threw me a text on that. Do you have anything on it?
That's for the AVG Internet Security and Antivirus. It's going to be $49 for the first year, and then after every year for that, it's going to be $99. And that covers up to 10 district devices. So that could be 10 computers, and that's, I think, all I had on that.
Good. So $49 first year, $99 a year after that.
Correct.
There's no motion needed. Without obligation, we can spend the money.
We can.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, without an objection, we can spend this money? No objection. Cassie?
Perfect.
It's not all you. You can let Mark help you on that, because I couldn't. Okay, new business 7G, selection of budget committee meeting date. We had our chance to interview this last Thursday, the 5 applicants, and I want to congratulate all 5 applicants in their interview process, and that we did accept all 5 of them onto the budget committee. We look forward to working with them and helping us in the future. The budget committee assignments are a 3-year position, so those 5 faces, as well as the 5 of us being on that budget committee, will get recognized over time.
I started breaking down all our expenses in this last year by category, little stuff, so in preparation for our meeting, so we can see where
Okay.
the monies went.
Good. So what we picked up from that meeting is we don't need to have a, budget committee meeting to revamp the outline and the way we need to reallocate funds. So, we need to have a date set for them in the future for us to get together. Usually there's, if everything goes smoothly, there's about 3 meetings.
The one thing I'd like to
Or
do
2 meetings,
is
30.
verify that with Ruth Nelson.
Okay.
To make sure that is accurate.
Okay, so does anybody see a need, we have to set the date tonight, or do you want to table that out, keep it on the old business?
Just as a comparable, other districts within Southern Oregon usually have a budget committee twice a year,
Yep.
unless there's some.
Debates.
It's important that we actually.
Okay.
We may, with the open understanding that we may have more concurrent.
Okay. So do we want to throw a tentative mid-April out there just to get something pushed forward?
That's fine.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. And then, like you said, when you talk to Ruth and maybe get that
Just-
date calendar with her.
Yeah, just to make sure that that information one of the applicants said
Okay.
is actually accurate.
The other reason is if we have a 1st of April start date for executive director, it might be beneficial to give them 30 days, feet wet, dive in, start organizing budget. Yeah, so it might be toward the end of April before we can actually have a budget committee.
Has the applicants been contacted yet? All
They have.
accepted?
Did they all 5 agree to being part of it? Or did you just notify them?
I sent a congratulations letter and email, and I received one response back saying thank you, but I know that all
Okay.
3 have been notified.
Okay,
I know one of the applicants has
a lot going
a
on.
lot coming up
Yeah.
in April, so we just want to try to work around that as much as we can.
Okay. So probably toward the end of April instead of mid-April.
Just a polling tool, send out, here's 5 days we're looking at.
Yeah,
They are.
I think Ralph's got the point when you start with Ruth from the county because she's going to help walk us into what she did last year. And then we'll throw those dates out based on Ruth's availability.
And what is the intent? What is we bring to? What's her?
So she's the one that did the original district budget, and she said that she's happy to kind of show what she did from last year and kind of see how we could show us how to move forward so we can get our feet underneath us. I think she's willing to work with us and recognizes that as well. Yeah.
That'd be huge. Okay. On to item 8, it was just correspondence, review of any letters, emails, documents received. Anything that we've had come up in the emails or post office box?
No,
No voicemails.
no voicemails, no bank
That's okay.
statements. We got bank statements, that's
Okay.
it.
That's okay. Number 9, any additional matters of the board, open floor for the board reports, requests, comments. And I have a note here for Director McGowan to report on the district audit.
So this just came to me by absolute coincidence, because I was the discussion and a lot of that discussion are very similar requirements for audits for districts or a district. So what I've got for us, I need to confirm our calendar year is July 1 to June 30th, is that correct?
And June 30th is our last day, yeah.
Okay, so we are not in a position to file an audit until September 26th. We, with the current budget that we identified, our operating budget, we are in the boundaries of a self-prepared audit report. I'm sorry, we are, so we're between $250,000 and $1 million of expenditures within the year. We can do a self-prepared report. Anything over $250,000 to $1 million, it's an agreed upon procedure, which the chief is advocating to have an actual audit done. But for us, that's $40 filing fee, we self-report. need to register with the Secretary of State and assign through resolution an agent. My thought with that, because we have a significant amount of time before that's even needed, is that the executive director would be assigned that agent for the district. So all I was wanting to bring is that we are in a position to put an audit together for the next several months.
We did do that on October 7th. It's called a report in lieu of audit.
Yep.
It's $80 we file with the Oregon Secretary of State.
So we already have an agent.
Ruth did that on our behalf.
Yeah, I had to fill
this year.
I had to fill out a form and $80 with it and mail it into the Oregon Secretary of State.
Okay. So
For this calendar year. Yes.
Due, so it's by September 27th.
Correct. Good. Yeah, I was gonna say, when you brought that up, I think we did do one this year, but it was pretty easy because, yeah. Well, thank you for that. Anything else? Nope. Nobody else got anything? There's a cabinet down at the office. I asked Randy if he could, in his spare time that he doesn't have, take that on and put it together so Cassie doesn't have to tackle it. Probably won't get to it right away, you said, but
I can look at my calendar, I should be able to do
Perfect.
it this week.
appreciate that. All right. Last item is adjournment. Without objection, the district will adjourn today's meeting at 6:07. Thanks for attending.